We're going to reduce regulation, waste, fraud, and inefficiency. We're going to clean out the corrupt, broken, and failing bureaucracies, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Since the presidential election result in November, no word has attached itself more to Donald J. Trump than disruption.
He believes, and I humbly agree, that it's time to give someone with dust on his boots the helm. A change agent.
In Mr. Trump's first term, the media's phrase of art for the new president was norm breaker.
We covered Trump as this norm buster, but he really did bring in his, I think vigilante is the right word, vigilante approach.
The opposition expectation, articulated constantly by Joe Biden and then Kamala Harris, and amplified by the media, was that Mr. Trump's aversion to norms would push him beyond the boundaries of political acceptance.
As a newspaper man, you can't afford to have feelings. You have to be impartial.
That he would become an outcast in Peyton Place.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
It did not work, and now the ostracized norm breaker is about to become the world's disruptor-in-chief.
We need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time.
Mr. Trump's planned disruptions likely have a lot to do with the presence of his shadow prime minister, Elon Musk. As a norm breaker, Mr. Musk makes the new president look like little Bo Peep. The SpaceX founder gets away with it because his disruptions have been successful. Question is, does the great Trump disruption of 2025 have a chance? The answer doesn't break easily into yes or no.
When President Trump takes office, there is going to be shock and awe with executive orders, a blizzard of executive orders on the economy as well as on the border.
Day one executive orders have become a dime a dozen, with the new guy simply reversing his predecessor's orders. But both during and after the campaign, the Trump disruptions came in an avalanche.
I will get Pennsylvania energy workers pumping, fracking, drilling, and producing like never before.
We're going to shut the border down. We're going to have the largest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
We will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every one new regulation.
And then came the announcement that Mr. Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy would head a Department of Government Efficiency, which, given the scope of its mandate on spending and regulation, became the most thought-provoking idea to erupt from Mount Trump.
We expect certain agencies to be deleted outright. We expect mass reductions in force in areas of the federal government that are bloated. We expect massive cuts among federal contractors and others who are overbilling the federal government.
And then came the appointment shocks.
The Department of Defense under Donald Trump will achieve peace through strength.
He named Fox News host Pete Hegseth to run the Defense Department, assigned responsibility for overseeing 18 intelligence agencies to intel doubter Tulsi Gabbard, put health iconoclast Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in charge of Health and Human Services, and made FBI denouncer Kash Patel the Bureau's new director. There was no chance of a smooth ride for these nominees.
Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Yes or no? What are you afraid of? You can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every
yes
part
no?
of my leadership
yes
of these organizations
yes
has
or
been
no,
misrepresented.
I will take that as a no.
We expect seriousness from anyone elected into the U.S. presidency. But how shocked can anyone be that Mr. Trump would want to bust up establishment Washington after its non-stop takedown campaign during his first term and the indictments after he left office?
They're going to shake things up. That's exactly what he campaigned on.
While the focus has been on Mr. Trump's more improbable nominations, there is a balancing factor. Former North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has been nominated for Interior, and energy industry executive Chris Wright to be Energy Secretary.
So we're going to try and have a policy where no windmills are being built. They don't work without subsidy. You don't want energy that needs subsidy. Energy is a good business. You don't need subsidy.
Mr. Trump has appointed 2 COVID policy dissenters to important health jobs. Marty McCary of Johns Hopkins to run the Food and Drug Administration, and Stanford medical professor Jay Bhattacharya to run the National Institutes of Health. Like the man who appointed them, they are all Washington outsiders. but outsiders who have serious ideas about reordering the purposes and goals of the immense federal authority. That is the right kind of disruption.
We're approaching the dawn of America's golden age. It's going to be a golden age for America.
The clock is ticking on this great Trump adventure, and it seems clear that he is overloading the political system circuits, expecting some losses on policy and personnel, but also expecting the result will be a net positive presidency. For those of us who think planning matters, this is going to be a bumpy ride.
Thank you very much.
You'd expect nothing less from a disruptor-in-chief.